Hello.
Hello everyone.
Hello, and welcome to Team Spirit Paranormal. And tonight's topic for the debate is folklore. We've had
Fire.
folklore a few times, haven't we, lads? So, yeah, it's always an interesting discussion. So, welcome everyone. Hi to Annette Locke. We're a little bit late tonight because I'm having technical difficulties, so I do apologise.
Yeah.
So, how are you all, boys? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Headache.
Yeah, fine. Headache.
Had it gone yet, Phil?
Oh, a bit. I'm taking paracetamols, so I'm a bit all right.
Oh dear. Hi to Sue Cook.
Hi, Sue.
We're all well, Sue, apart from Phil's got a headache, bless him.
Nah, I'll be all right.
I've told you,
Hi,
a wet
Annette.
vinegar cloth.
Yeah,
Hi,
but
Annette.
actually, I've been enjoying myself watching a bit of Scrooge in a
Oh, have you?
demon media. We're good.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Even though Marley's ghost, you couldn't see. They couldn't afford an actor to put him on. I'm like, okay. The only thing I'm hearing is a voice.
All right.
I was laughing all the way through that. Right, so shall I kick it off?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Hi to Chantal.
hi Chantal. Long time no see. I hope everything's fine. So there's many ways for cultures, to express their beliefs through folklore. Some use dance, song and dance, and some tell stories. And I believe Peter's got one when it comes to Humpty Dumpty. And they all come together and they create history.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much folklore. But yeah, Humpty Dumpty, Peter. Let's see.
I had a quick look on Google to try and find out what folklore was. I went to kind of know. It's like I thought fairies are folklore, aren't they, and stuff like that. But they're also based in reality. I know people swear they've seen them and everything. So, but I went and straight away I went to a page that belonged to Whitby, and it said that there's a Humpty Dumpty's grave there, and it's like shape of an egg or something. Looking at it,
All right.
And the actual true story where I think there were a cannon there, and the cannon fell off the wall and smashed into 1,000 pieces. But obviously, when you're singing a nursery rhyme to kids and that, you don't want to. It's not it's not as glamorous as a cannon falling off a wall than a talking egg. So, and that's where that's come from. It's come from probably real history. So,
yeah, it's amazing. See, how they turn things into from back then. They turned it into a like a story, so that everyone kind of drills into you, doesn't it? I mean, I'm going to give you an example. Goldilocks and Three Bears is a folklore.
Yeah.
That's
a tale. It's a folklore tale.
Ansel and Gretel.
Ansel and Gretel, famous one. You always get them in films as well, don't you? I mean, because it's. I think they kicked it off mainly, though, didn't they? Brothers Grimm. Because they came out with loads of fables and folklore stories. Drew.
Hi, Drew.
How you doing, buddy?
Annette's just put, some of the nursery songs have horrible things behind them. Yeah, they do, don't they? In fact, some of them are quite wicked, really, aren't they?
Mary, quite contrary. How did your garden grow? That one. It's to do with Mary the First. Not Mary. I'm not sure which Mary, but her who killed everyone. It was to do with it. It's to do with her, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. One of the Mary Tudors. Yeah.
Oh. So going back to like fairies, apparently there's supposed to be lots of fairies and stuff like that out in Derbyshire. You know where Lady Bower is and that. In the
All right.
and also I've said this before as well. In the Isle of Man, that ferry bridge, where if you go across there, you're supposed to acknowledge and say hi to the fairies, because if you don't, then you're doomed, and they like put something bad on you. So I've been over there a few times, and I've always said hello.
And there's that like house that's like, there's like an house in Ireland that's meant to be haunted by many fairies, and if you step foot on it,
right.
that's it. Yeah.
Really?
Where's
that?
Yeah, they're not always nice. Like,
no, where is that? Is that in England or
somewhere in Ireland, where they
Then you get your leprechaun. That were an Irish fable or folklore tale, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
What's that? What's that, Phil? Did you say?
Leprechauns.
Oh,
you know, the gold end at rainbow.
Yeah.
And they're pretty not meant to be not awfully nice, aren't they? Leprechauns.
No,
you don't get many
good
ones.
You see these days, you won't want to meet one.
No. You've got to give them gold, ain't you, and stuff. Is that right? You got to give them gold and stuff, and they still don't like you once you've emptied your pockets. You just don't come across one. Is the order of the day.
I just want to say hello to Michael Ho. Hi, Michael, and to Carl Ned. Hi, Carl.
Hi, Carl. Hi, Michael.
Michael, the Banshee in Ireland is the most feared spirit. The leprechauns are good and harmless.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
I've heard that wrong then, so it's good to clear that up.
I think what it is, actually, Peter, you know, especially me, because when it comes to leprechauns, I always think a leprechaun the film. And I always seem to see bad side of them. So, you know, good to know, actually, Michael, or I'm going to actually find out proper origin leprechaun.
It might just get like, I heard someone talking about leprechauns on this guy in America, and he was just saying a lot of not nice things about him. So I think that's where I got it from. So it might just twist the story, you know.
It's cool, isn't it? You know, at the end of the day, though, that's what intrigues me about these type of discussions, because then it makes me wonder, and then I'll actually go back and look, and see what crack is like. I mean, for instance, Goldilocks, moral of the story is to respect the privacy and property of others.
Yeah,
that is the actual moral of that story.
Yeah, there's always good morals to them, isn't there? Nursery rhymes are just horrible, and tales. There's always a moral base to them.
And so I wonder why, if nursery rhymes are so horrible, why they like aimed at little children.
Well,
it's crazy, disbelief, really.
Because I honestly didn't think of this, and I'm going to read a bit of this out because I think I find it interesting. So, moral of the story. This is about Goldilocks and Three Bears. The moral of the story is to respect the privacy and the property of others, and how your actions hurt others. Right. So, what Goldilocks does by entering another's house and using their property is wrong. She doesn't think about her actions. She may hurt the owners of the house. Even for a moment, she should have waited for the owners if she really wanted to enter the house. So when she enters the house, the bear's house, and eats their food and uses the furniture, she also, very selfishly, the fact that she tries on everything, the 3 bowls of porridge. 3 chairs and 3 beds to illustrate how self-centered she is. So conclusion is the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears illustrates the need to respect others' privacy and property. See, I wouldn't have thought conclusion of that tale would have actually been that, but it actually makes sense if you come to think of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So, what about local folklore then? What? Because me and John, for anybody who don't know,
I've got to say Robin Hood.
Brother, well, me and John went to a little place at Loxley, which isn't far from Hillsborough in Sheffield, and it's called Boggard Lane, and we went on there, and apparently there's like little boggards, or otherwise known as boggarts, and they're like little goblin-y creatures that people have apparently seen. Shut my door. But obviously we didn't see anything, but we got a few interesting things come through with Spirit Box because we did a quick session. We got like little words kept coming through, and it was a bit weird. But that was in the day. It might be worth going down that lane at night just to see if it's, see what happens then.
Hey, you never know. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice
at the end
little
of the
lane,
day, folklore is about a group of people that tells a story of what they've probably encountered or what they've probably made up, but yet these group of people's got together and talked about it and expressed it in a way.
Apparently these little boggards or boggarts, or whatever, apparently they've been known to have gone in the houses, little cottages on the lane, and they've turned the milk sour. They also ruffle up all the beds, just mischievous little things, So that's quite interesting, I thought.
And is there a lot of woodland there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
Because at Gleegless Valley, there were a lot of these like goblins turning up in houses, people seeing them. And I do know there's quite a lot of woodland around Gleegless Valley, and so that's the link.
Yeah.
So, like Colin Ned, there's a theory that the banshee was from takes mornings, mothers from time to if the Black Death. Yeah. But it's which is right actually. Red Riding Hood, the mole basis, that during time at Brothers Grimm, 80% of the virginity was taken by people by rape. So how grim can you actually get?
Yeah. Bloody hell. Hiya, Jeanette McGarvey. Jeanette's up in Scotland. Hope you're okay, hon. Hi to Michael.
Well, I had a demonologist talking about that the demons and that they get up to all sorts like. So, but they're horrible, aren't they? So.
And that also comes under folklore, I think, as well. What you spoke about before, Peter, Springeel Jack.
Yes.
Yeah, it does because it's not like historical account. Well, I don't know. He's based in history, but no one could pin what he were. Were it a guy in a cloak, but people talk about him breathing fire and jumping buildings, and so.
Well, apparently they've been reported to have could jump like up to 30 feet high, which is obviously impossible for a human.
If you just do it, if you're just doing what do they call it, fancy dress and that, you're doing well to jump 30 feet, aren't you?
Yeah. Or breathe quite well.
Though actually,
especially
though, with Springeel Jack, there were a famous picture that was took in York, near York, where people actually said that there were a person in a cloak jumping high up in the air, and they took a picture. But obviously, it got slammed as being fake, but there's no proof of it at all. As in whether it were real or not. Like anything else, though, you take a picture or anything.
Is it recent times or it?
No, it were a bit ago. I think late 90s or something like that. Going up to 2000 time.
Still around.
Michael Ho, there is a story about spirits known as brownies who look like a fella I know. Apparently, they clean your house and do good things, but if taken for granted or treated bad, the show where the wrath and leave cryptic messages behind. See, it's like that though, isn't it? They sound also like fairies, because fairies can be pretty nasty as well. What I've heard.
Yeah, I think it's if you cross them, isn't it?
Well, I went to a page and it said every type of them kind of like they were leprechaun on, and I saw brownies and they were fairies, and they all come under. Is it called the fair? Is it the fair? And they all come
yeah,
under that, don't they? There's all
FAE,
different categories of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Mandy Bell. Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
But yeah, there's all sorts, isn't there?
I mean, I've tried to find things down there. Apparently, where I live is pretty boring. I'm still looking to. But I went back to where I used to live in Merseyside, and there was one about Crank Caverns, kids being chased by dwarfs in the tunnels.
All right.
But I've tried to remember this story the last time we did the subject, and it was about has anybody heard of the Child of Hale?
No.
No.
The village of Hale in Cheshire is rightly proud of its most famous son, who, according to folklore, was one of the tallest men in history. Born in 1578, the Child of Hale, as he became known, ray to seek help. Believed height of 9 foot 3 inches. If it is to believe. Sadly, no official record of John Middleton's true height exists to prove or disprove. His gravestone lofty claims. So basically, he's buried, and he's apparently 9 foot 3 inches tall.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, it wouldn't surprise me because you do really get some really big people, don't you? You know, I've witnessed some what's probably around about 8 foot mark. So you know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Mad.
And that's there's little John, isn't there? Who's Robin Hood's right hand man, who was meant to have his grave at Aversige. So yeah.
I've actually visited that. It's and did an RTC session there, and weirdly enough, Robin Hood came up several times.
So talking to Robin Hood, then, what are your beliefs? Do you think he was an actual real person, or do you think it was just a myth? Or because a lot of people just don't believe he were real, do they?
No. I think he was. You know, he went round and I think he was real. I think he went round and it was like a thief in a way, but helped others out in
it still poured into
to be quite honest with you, I bet there were quite a few people like him, to be quite honest with you. I just think he were more talented than most. He were really good with a bow. I don't think he wore tights. But yeah, I think he were a ringleader of a band of people, and I do believe in Robin Hood, definitely.
Yeah. Has anybody in comments got any questions? Sorry, Peter.
Just going back to that Robin Hood there. I think what I did hear, it said there were like there's been a lot of people throughout history who fitted that kind of like outlaw kind of description, and they might have even been called Robin or Rob, or so you could say that could have been Robin Hood, that could have been Robin Hood, that could have been Robin Hood.
That's true.
But I think, you know how they say Robin of Locksley, which is from Sheffield, Locksley. I think he were actually called Hood or something like that. So you know, so like, you know, if there were ever a Robin Hood, it could have been that guy, and they were meant to be in a castle there. You know, So
I'm sorry if you're wondering what I was laughing at. Then I'm just laughing at Mandy Bell's comment.
Right.
She's put nothing wrong with a bloke in tights. just made me chuckle.
Yeah, it were an odd film, that Robin Hood in tights.
Oh dear.
Maybe all superheroes came from Robin Hood with the tights. I don't know.
And that came out with a little Red Riding Hood was a warning for young women not to wander on their own for fear of sickos grabbing them when they're out on their own. Yep. But it's a good story, even though, you know, because everybody near enough knows it. Well, we were grown up with that type of story at school. So, you know, I mean, do they still do these folk tales at lesson times at schools? I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. I think they still do school trips where they take them to where we were and that. And they've got Sherwood Forest, haven't they? I think they take kids there to look at the old oak tree where apparently he used to live inside the tree. I don't know whether that's true. I don't know if that's a tale or I'm not sure. But it's basically the tree. Now, I was talking to a tree surgeon that came to our house to do a tree a few weeks ago, and he was telling me about this tree, the big oak. And he said it's basically all held together by chains. And if it was like not got all these things holding it up together, it'd just basically collapse, because it's that old.
Poor thing.
But I don't know. Just want to
but
say
like there's like this debate going on.
Sorry, can I just say hi to Georgia Conley? Hiya, Georgia. Yeah, sorry. Go on, Peter. Apologies.
It's all right. There's always this like ongoing debate. Does Robin Hood belong to Nottingham? Does he belong to Sheffield? And I once heard this theory that the way the trees are in Sherwood Forest, you couldn't have got outlaws living in there. Whereas the forests, as they would have been in South Yorkshire, would have been more likely for a place for Robin Hood and outlaws to exist in. And he's called Loxley as well. So there you go. He's from Sheffield, isn't he? Come on.
But yeah, I know he used to travel with a band of people, didn't he, from area to area.
Yeah, I don't want to upset anyone from Nottingham, but it's just.
So what you're saying there, Peter, is more Sheffield.
He just like the trees more. That's all. In Sheffield.
I think
It might be from Nottingham, but he just don't get in Sheffield. That pleases everyone, doesn't it?
Yeah. We'll say that then. Carl Ned says later tales of Spring-Heeled Jack, there became an anti-hero or even a hero, Robin Hood type, and images of him. It's claimed the creator of Batman loosely based on Spring-Heeled Jack.
All right. Yeah. That makes sense in a way. Yeah. Just looking at these comments.
I like that. Carl Ned.
I was just reading
fairies and people saw dragonflies resting at sundown.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Hiya Sid, how you doing? Top guy from Human Media. Yeah, like Mandy said, nursery rhymes are actually really dark. Definitely.
Just looking at your comments, guys. A minute. So you've got like your fairies, you've got your goblins, you've got your boggarts, you've got Spring-Heeled Jack. What others would you say?
Well, Whitby, weirdly enough, has got a mermaid folklore tale near a little cave near shoreline.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know where the church is?
Yeah.
I believe you go round up near the side of that coastline.
Yeah.
And there's a little cave. There's a cave entrance.
All right.
Near sea. And there were actually people back then did a tale of a mermaid that came up on and showed itself like that, and a troll.
Do you guys believe in mermaids? Because I don't. What do you think?
Do you know what I'm gonna say? I want to believe, because if I do near enough drown in a sea, I want to get saved by one.
Right, fair enough.
So I believe.
Wonder why that is, Phil.
I would say because
I'll
I've
get a bash. I
just
mean,
like when you've had a Spring-Heeled Jack run after you, you kind of believe in just about anything. But like Phil, you do want to hope that if you're drowned, you will get saved by mermaids, but it's more likely dolphins would save you. And maybe people were saved by dolphins, and it just got changed, tweaked a bit into mermaids, a bit like the Humpty Dumpty story.
Yeah. And you know what, Peter? No in doubt, my bloody luck is it won't be a well, I'd say a female mermaid. It'll be a male, and then I'm stuck.
Oh dear.
Oh bless you.
Anyway, let's move on. So,
dear.
Georgie Conley, I have seen a ghost in Skirrid Mountain Inn, a Christmas ghost hunt with haunting nights. Wow. I might have to have a look into that then, Georgie.
I'd like to go there, mate. It's scary thing. I don't believe in them either.
But you know, back to Robin Hood and moving slightly away from him, there's been other outlaws in history, and one is Airwood the Wake. Airwood the Wake. It was It was a Saxon, Anglo-Saxon, and he came back to fight William the Conqueror, but they were getting battered Saxons, so he became an outlaw, and he was like one of the last like Saxons that stood up to the Normans, like and yeah, he was living 5 years as an outlaw, and when I went to this pub, like I took these photos and I got what looks like I think I've sent it to you, Leslie, at some point. It looks like a Viking Saxon, you know, like with his helmet on. Yeah. And across the road from there's a lane called Airwood Lane.
All right.
So could it have been Airwood the Wake on that picture?
Oh, that's right. Interesting that.
Yeah, because
Wow.
But there's also that the turn of tales as such, and Morris dancing, because that's a large group of people that's reenacting a story through a dance. So you can actually, so you know, even Morris dancing's kind of they tell a tale and as such by a folk of people doing a dance. So you know, it's expressed in different ways, isn't it, folk tales?
Yeah.
And we've also got Bigfoot as well, haven't we? I watched something the other day about Bigfoot, because people actually go chasing him, don't they?
Well, I know the crazy over Bigfoot in America. I mean, I think I tell you what it is over here in UK. It's because we're so small and that populated in this small little area. Our kind of bloody Bigfoot survive without being seen. In America, they've got a vast amount of woodland.
Yeah,
it's been seen over here, Bigfoot.
Whereabouts, Peter?
Whereabouts? There's websites for there's like a UK cryptid website and that, and I saw this map and it said Bigfoot sightings in Britain, and there were quite a few like spotted about, and there used to be a group out in Lincolnshire that were just devoted to looking for Bigfoot. So
Mandy Bell says, "Picture me, Morris dancing." I tell you something, I only need a couple of beers in me, and I'd try it.
Oh God, blooming hell! We don't want you falling down, Phil.
Or showing me up publicly here on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So like Michael was saying, Sasquatches are well-known sightings. Who are what are they? You know, definitely. It could be just
probably. Do they come under folklore? They probably don't, because they're not.
Don't they come under crypt? Do they come under cryptids?
Yeah, but they like folklore in a way, but
Yeah.
they're not like hundreds of years old. And I think that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
things
say you're
it's
right
things
on
what
that.
have been passed on through generations and generations that make them become folklore.
Yeah.
Mm.
And what about like banshees? And there was something other day that I was looking at. What did they call it? The black Hannis or blue? I can't remember.
Yeah, but
It was like a
obviously you can
bogeyman,
get
sort of like, but it
can't
was
you?
female.
Yeah, it was Black Annis,
Black
Leslie.
Hannis, yeah.
Actually, if you have a look on the Red Rejects WordPress page, there's a write-up that John's done about Black Annis, and it's worth having a little read. It's pretty interesting. Like I said, you can get folk art as well, and you know it's there's more. It's crazy, isn't it? How vast that subject can be.
I've got a quick description here at Black Annis. The Black Annis is a bogeyman figure in English folklore. It's saying bogeyman, but it's saying it's a she. She is imagined as a blue-faced hag or witch with iron claws and a taste for human flesh. She is said to haunt the countryside of Leicestershire, living in a cave in the Dane Hills with the great oak tree at the entrance.
Yeah,
She don't look very nice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Whether the subject of he and she, Leslie, were in a LBGT+1 world, so it's whatever they want to be, I suppose.
Yeah.
Folk art, you actually think Russian nesting dolls is actually in category of folk art as well.
Yeah.
Them them big dolls and little dolls that go inside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That actually comes in to it because it were a group of people that got together and did it.
Krampus.
Oh,
Yeah, Krampus. Yeah.
I want to go to that festival in Austria, when they do.
That looks fab.
Yeah.
It looks brilliant, doesn't it?
Have
you seen?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, though, if I were a woman, I'd be a little bit worried because apparently they go to females in the lair and slap their bums and run off.
Dear.
So, yeah. If I were a woman.
Have you seen the film? It's newish film of Krampus. I watched that last year. I couldn't wait to watch it. And first 5-10 minutes, I was like, "Oh, this looks fab," and then rest of the film, I was just like, "Oh my god, this is rubbish." And I watched it to end, but I was quite disappointed.
Yeah, there's that many versions of that, like with Krampus films and stuff.
They've done a lot, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, first time I actually known about it is when I actually went to Austria. I was looking in a Christmas shop. I were having a look. It were all red. Christmas, red everywhere, and we're Father Christmas and its rosy red cheeks. And then I saw a big devilly looking thing right next to him, and I thought, "Whoa, what's that about? Am I tripping, or is this an actual demon that's side of him?"
I'll tell you some of them costumes. Right. The costumes that they have are absolutely fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're brilliant costumes.
All right, so
laughing at Mandy again.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So she's got a Russian doll. Do you know, we're messing around with some of these Russian dolls, the nest dolls. You know what I mean, right? So trying to explain myself.
Yeah, we know what you mean, Phil.
Right, you know what I mean. These little big dolls and small dolls.
Yeah.
Right. I always get confused, and I spend about 10 minutes trying to think which one goes into it. I'm really bad at that coordination between the small, and how big to put it. It takes me ages.
Hello to Kirsty Coles. Hiya, Kirsty. Mandy.
I'd like to see them. They would try and get a swift knee to crotch. I can imagine you doing that. Hi, Dorothy.
Oh, hi, Dorothy.
Yeah, Santa was originally a green costume and originated in Germany. Yep, they were a Norse, definitely a Norse thing, and it were green. Over here in UK, people used to give parsnips and veg to the neighbours and stuff like that for gifts as well.
So
Green
you know,
Man.
what about
Actually,
elves then?
Green Man were actually as UK near enough UK Santa, because Green Man were a person that came round to everyone's house and helped them out what were in need.
May sound weird, but I've always believed in Santa Claus. So.
No, I do.
Even as a kid and elves, and I just love the magic behind it all.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, we're just saying, what about elves? Elves must come under folklore.
Yeah, elves, bless them. Yeah.
Wisps.
I feel sorry for them because they're in North Pole and they're shivering and cold. You know, it's. But I bet they've got a good central heating system in that little workshop for theirs. Annette, it's like the Tooth Fairy. Children's teeth were offered to them to stop them taking children into some places where they've seen nasty witches, so they would otherwise steal the children.
Wisps.
Wisps. Willow the Wisp. Can you remember that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
The hang around water, bodies of water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, something I don't know. Wisps.
Yeah.
Willow the Wisp, as
Willow the Wisp. Can't
Leslie
believe you've
said.
not heard of that.
Yeah.
They were
It's
like
probably my generation, Leslie. I'm probably a little bit young.
Are you saying I'm old?
No, I'm not, Leslie. I'm not at all. You're just probably a couple of years older than what I am.
Wisps. It says a small, thin. Oh no, that's wrong. Hang on. Oh no. Ignore me.
I reckon
dear.
I reckon the white lady within the paranormal is the falls under both categories.
Wisp.
It's paranormal and it's also folklore, because white ladies have been seen since whenever.
They have, yeah.
Yeah.
You never hear them say a white man, do you?
No.
Oh, what we're saying now is it's sexist.
You don't know, do you?
Yeah. White man. Yeah.
Am I going to be told off? Should we say a white person?
No, you actually you've hit a point there, though. You know, you see white lady, you don't really hear white man, do you?
You don't know, do you? No.
If I were to see a masculine type of looking white figure type thing, I'd probably say it's celestial.
Yeah.
Or celestial or angelic and such. But you don't normally hear it referred to as a white man.
No, you don't.
It's weird, isn't it?
I'm laughing at Mandy again. Mandy's telling me to shush because I don't want to start something.
But men in history never wore a lot of like white clothing, did they? They wore black.
No, unless you were part of KKK, Peter.
That's the only time.
So there was a ship that was heading into Liverpool called the Martha Doom. Apparently, the ship was sunk by thieves or pirates, and the crew was all killed. And when the ship sank, but apparently the ship's ghost and the ship crew have all been seen on the Irish Sea and the River Mersey, cruising as if still in service.
Oh.
See, do you know what? Automatically, what I thought there were what's that triangle thing?
Bermuda.
That's it.
Bermuda
Triangle. Triangle. But yeah, that's cool, Michael. Thank you. Yeah, Liverpool, Martha Doom.
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah. Is that classed as folklore? Is it? I suppose.
It's moving into that area.
See, it's a vast subject, isn't it? Really, like I say, it kind of then links into a bit of a mythology as well, because it's kind of near enough same in a way.
There's so many stories of people seen it. There's so many stories of people not seen it. You know, isn't it? People still literally go there just to look for the Loch Ness Monster, and still no sign of it. So. You never know. You just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's
No.
I believe in it, and like Mandy says, Santa lives within us, and it's down to us to create the magic. Mandy,
Yeah,
beautiful. That's brilliant. That.
yeah,
Mm.
nicely put.
See, even
Ah,
Dorothy said
nice.
she used to love watching Will o' the Wisp. I really need to update
Oh,
myself.
you've got to watch it, Phil.
I've
It's
gotta watch it now.
ace.
I believe it was Kenneth Williams doing the voice.
Ooh.
It was, yes. Yeah, and what was that little there were a fairy in that, weren't there? Little, what did they call it? Fairy? I'm gonna have to find it.
Yeah, I remember.
There were
I
a
can't
fairy.
remember how else about it. Just Kenneth Williams
Yeah,
doing
it
the
was.
voice.
Yeah, that's
Mm,
there were a little fairy.
Just had to
Hang
block
on.
someone. I don't know why they
Yeah,
actually drove his witnesses in.
I've just seen that myself, Phil.
mm.
Unreal.
YouTube for you, innit? So Mandy
Apologies for that.
said, grot bags was my generation.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I've heard it name, but to be quite honest with you, I don't know.
Right. That's Will o' the Wisp. Oh, hang on.
They don't make it. They don't make them like they used to, do they? Definitely not.
No, still don't know. Haven't got a clue. Not seen that picture before.
And this is, let me just show you a fairy.
Ah.
I'm not sure about that one. I can't remember.
Oh, hang on, there's a better one. Better one here.
Ah.
Right.
I think I've met her. I think I've met her in real life. So it's throwing me off.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Right.
Dear.
Yeah. So there's so much in the ocean that we know nothing about. That I agree. I was actually watching a documentary about that, Mysteries at Sea, and they kept on bringing out these weird creatures. Never seen. Really, really grotesque. Some of them, right? And then I went on YouTube about mermaids and found mermaids, and one of them it actually looked humanish, and it went Japanese sea.
I think,
Weird.
and as well, deeper you go down into ocean, the uglier and that they seem to be, these creatures. If you get me.
They saw one off for Israel, didn't they? They made out swimming about. They had a video of it.
Did they?
Yes, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
Definitely. What's Evil Edna?
That's Evil Edna's one of the characters in Will o' the Wisp.
I really am gonna.
You've got to watch it. It's a children's cartoon. Yeah, you've got to watch it. It's funny.
But look at what a wisp is as well. Within the categories of fair, whatever they come under.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So my claw is I was talking once with an old bloke in a pub in Wales. Once claimed that he saw a Welsh dragon. Apparently it lives in a cave in Dinas Amrius. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But yeah, wow. See, it's unbelievable. You know, there's probably some in your own area that you're just not aware of.
Yeah.
Well, that picture, what I thought I took of Spring-Heeled Jack breathing fire, what Leslie's seen, half of his face looks human and other half looks like it's a dragon and fire's coming out of his mouth. So, and people said that he were a humanoid, which is an half and half creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Just over where I live, talking to dragons, there's one called Dragon of Wantley, the Wantley dragon, and apparently they're supposed to live in caves on Warncliffe Crags there. So yeah, I have actually done a write up on the dragon, so I'll pop it on page. But yeah, it's quite interesting, really. Yeah, and apparently they used to fly over Deepcar and Stocksbridge and Warncliffe, looking for small children to eat, which sounds really not very nice, but yeah, good, interesting story.
And within magic, like a lot of people do dragon magic, don't they? You know,
I
so
I do like dragons, though.
people do put a lot of time to it, like, so you never know.
No.
Yeah,
Well-
actually, Mandy Bell's come up with one. Pete's Dragon's one of my favourite. Yeah, actually, one of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the new one? Have you seen the new one?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't
Really
recommend
good.
to it.
Well, didn't you?
I
I
didn't
liked it.
I prefer original. That's
Yeah,
you know,
I do.
I'm them type. I'm that type of person that likes the original type of things.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to remakes,
Yeah.
I don't.
know what you
I'm
mean.
just not that. There's only one or two films I think that when it comes to remakes, it pulls it off.
Yeah, I agree with you, really.
I'm fussy like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Puff the magic dragon.
Yeah. And that's, again, is a
I've
nursery
heard that
rhyme.
term, but not but somewhere else, Peter.
But again, that's a nursery rhyme, isn't it?
That's
Or like
well,
a song.
it came to mind when you were on about
Yeah.
Pete's Dragon. I'm singing
Yeah.
Puff the
Puff the
magic dragon. Yeah,
live
so
by the sea. Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm not
after-
singing anymore.
After
Mhm.
half an hour of looking on the internet about Cheltenham, which I thought was boring, actually turns out it's not.
All right.
Go on, Gary.
So, there's a few stories here. Further comment: a landlord asked a man standing at a bar with a dog what he would like to drink, only for the person to vanish when he turned away for a second. The landlord was later shown a picture of a man long dead, who he identified as the disappearing customer.
Oh.
So there's the disappearing customer. The Devil's Chimney in Lakehampton Hill. It's apparently this limestone outcrop is said to lead straight to hell. That's nice. I've been up there. Thank you for that story. And then a nanny who worked for a school hanged herself in a bedroom and now walks along the corridors checking rooms to ensure her charges are asleep. I don't know. So, yeah.
Oh.
And there's a few more. So.
Just want to say hello to Kurt Hughes. Hi, Kurt.
Hi, Kurt.
It's like the Crooked Spire. A lot of people in Chesterfield make out that the devil hung off it, and that's why it bent.
Yeah, I put a post up on page earlier
Crooked
about
Spire
that.
in Chesterfield.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. And apparently it was when he sneezed. It was climbing up and he sneezed, and that's how it all twisted it all, apparently. Yeah.
All right.
I've been past that a few times. It's an amazing building, actually. Have you seen it? It's really good. Wow.
It is. Yeah, phenomenal. Wait.
Dorothy's
looking
put
like that.
aisle.
I don't know how it's got like that, but it's good, isn't
No,
it?
I don't. I think it's obvious. Yeah, it's fab. Dorothy's put, I also live near the Devil's Punch Bowl in Hindhead. I've not heard of that.
I've heard it name.
Devil's Punch Bowl.
Devil's Punch Bowl. Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
No.
And it's
Punch Bowl.
there's a map that can buy us all the folklore in certain places, isn't it? Yeah. You know, I might actually look into that. Definitely. I was just actually looking at folklore as a Sheffield, and there's quite a few. Boggart Lane actually did come up.
Yeah. It's an interesting little place, and it is actually situated at back of a graveyard, which is not a strange graveyard, but you don't see them very often. And when your John went, they were like, "We've never seen a graveyard like this." And then it's got like your normal graves, and then in a certain section, it's got like walls just full of vaults, and it's just at back of there. This lane, Boggart Lane.
I've got that map. You know that map. You know that map. What Annette were on about. I've got that. You know that map. I've got.
Oh, that map.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's good. Yeah. Could you take a picture of it and forward it me at some point? You know.
Well, I will do, but I'll have to put it on my wall. It's like I think it's a big one.
Oh, is it massive?
Oh,
it's a massive one. You know, one of them that come out.
Oh, like an ordnance survey. Ordnance
survey.
Matt.
It's
Yeah.
that kind of thing, and it's in Britain. So yeah,
All right.
you know,
Okay,
Mm.
that's It'll take some photos. That won't be.
I think that's the same one, and that means I think so.
I will actually look at. Do you know Ball Street Bridge, River Don, Sheffield?
No, I know
Apparently,
River Don, but I'm not. Where's
There's
that
water gods in River Don.
Yeah, I read that earlier.
Is it BOLD?
Yes.
Right. Well, there's a Ball Street Spiritualist Church at Attercliffe.
Ball Street Bridge.
So it must be near the spiritual church then.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Apparently, there were sacrifices and lot around that end back in 1800s.
Wow.
Sacrifices and lot. Wow. I mean, it's bad, but can you imagine we might have to go up there and investigate at some point.
You know, River Don does that run near Wards End Cemetery.
That might be River Porter, but
right.
it could be River Don though.
I'm sure it runs.
There's a lot of rivers in Sheffield.
I think that is River Don. The only reason why is I can remember that bridge getting knocked down by a big by River Don rising.
And I think River Don. I think River Don runs up here past Deepcar and Stocksbridge Way as well.
Yeah,
I think the Porter's more near Endcliffe Park, Leslie, and that way.
Right.
I think.
Well, that's like other side.
I think so.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
There's also Hillsborough Park Cinema. There's been ghosts apparently been spotted there on many accounts.
Yeah, I've tried to get us in there, Phil, but it's all to do with health and safety because it's now an ASDA. So it's a shame.
Just to clarify, with Springhill Jack, the sightings in Sheffield, latish type of ones were in 1970s by two police officers. Saw a man travelling across air near Attercliffe area.
That's right, and they cornered him.
Yeah,
police cornered him, and he jumped up buildings and got away. I was just going to say
he jumped up, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now, unless them coppers were high or whatever, I'm not quite sure. But I can't see where they should be lying on that type of thing.
They weren't lying.
Or high. The dark side of Sheffield. You see, Sheffield in itself, it's steeped in so much folklore. It's unbelievable. But there's also a folklore near our area, Patman Lane.
Yeah, I've seen that. Highwayman.
Yeah, we're just going to say Highwayman. Yeah. In fact, there's where's one of our team members, Sue. She lives on a farm, and apparently, where the road goes past all these farms, highwaymen used to go on there as well.
Whereabouts?
And it's quite active on there. Pardon?
Whereabouts does she live?
It's Grenoside area.
All right. Yeah, because there's the famous three highwaymen, isn't there, near Ickleton Churchyard, actually, near that area. There were three. There's whether it's a legend or a folklore, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, there were three highwaymen there as well that got.
Where's Ickleton, Philip?
Barnsley or Doncaster.
Oh, one of them, yeah.
And talking about dogs as well, you've got your black shuck, haven't you? That's apparently under folklore, or hellhounds or whatever you want to call them.
A couple of times I've been, when I've been walking in country, I've heard growls and that, and there's no dogs about.
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that bizarre? Have you ever had out weird like that, and you just think?
I've had a black dog experience myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a growl. Do you know where the old Middlewood Asylum used to be?
Yeah.
Hillsborough.
Yeah.
Well, I once went there about, I'd say, 3 or 4 years ago with a friend of mine, and we got a spirit box out, and it were like just going dark, so it were like dusk, and there were obviously no one around at all, and I had quite a heavy feel about it. It weren't very nice, and we were asking out, and then as we turned spirit box off to make us way back,
Yeah.
I just like I said a few questions and that, and we were saying we were leaving and that and whatever, and I heard a growl. It was like a horrible growling bush, and I was like, God, did you hear that? And she heard it as well, and we were looking, and there were absolutely nothing there at all, and it proper freaked me out. I was like, right, I'm going.
Where I heard it, where it feels going out towards Eckington, and I was just walking up that road, and I just heard this growl. I thought, what the hell's that? And then another time where, like, out at Filey, near this bit of wood, I was walking through this bit of woodland, and I heard a growl in there. I thought, Bigfoot's here, you know. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's weird that. Weird.
So, Lucinda Morgan.
Hi, Lucinda.
Not to be redundant, but the mythological will-o'-the-wisp originated in Germany and were said to lead you astray if you followed them.
Oh.
Mandibel,
Greyfriars
Bobby. Yes.
Yeah.
Sad ending, though. I feel sorry for that dog. Like.
Yeah, that's a place I'd love to visit. I'd love to go there.
Hello to Spirits Within Paranormal.
Hi, Wayne.
Whether that's Wayne or one of the team members, but yes, all good.
Well, we've got a comment from Wayne just above that saying, "Hi, beauties." Oh.
Hi, Wayne. How you doing? How you doing? Lucinda. Hiya.
So yeah, I'm sure.
My mum got me to watch the movie. I'm guessing that's the Greyfriars Bobby. Yeah, Greyfriars Bobby.
Oh, is there a film? Is there a film on that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a classic, Greyfriars Bobby. Yeah.
Oh, I might have to look for that. I didn't know there were a film.
Anything when it comes to dogs being sad or all like that, it brings a bloody tear to my eyes. So I can't watch it that many times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big softie, really. All right. So yeah, Spirits Within. It's me. I'm Wayne. I live folklore. My favourite is the Vikings. Yeah. I feel a right connection with them. Yeah. My brother's same. He thinks he's got like a connection with the Viking side. Mandibel. The books are really good too. You know, I haven't read book. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to definitely. Dorothy's saying that she wants a Viking burial. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind that. But I would imagine that'd be a bit expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Kurt, this is the one Hatchie.
Oh, Hatchie! I've seen that.
Oh my gosh. I really cannot watch that.
Yeah.
I blubber all the time through that.
Tears, yeah. Richard Gere into that.
Yeah. It's that dog. Film. It's apparently based around a true story.
Wow.
We're actually based around a true story and all that.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Kurt, who Vikings? Yes, who Vikings. I love anything to do with Vikings as well. It's
it kills me too, buddy. You know, I'm human. You know, it's when it comes to animals and suffering and upset. Oh, it gets to me. But Vikings, yeah. Oh my, you know, all their culture and that's based around folklore, Thor, and stuff like that. You know, it's amazing.
Loki.
Yeah, Loki. I always pronounce it Loki. Is it Loki?
It's Loki. I said it wrong.
What's that? I don't know what that is. What is it? That?
It's a
one of gods.
One of gods, isn't it? Norse god.
Norse god.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not right up on that.
Yeah, Mandy's there.
Marley and me. God, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Archer. It's Archer.
So Cole says it's believed that the tale of Beowulf came from a mass grave found in at Sutton Hoo.
Yeah, that woman who owned that house had a dream, didn't she? That they were a burial, and she said that lump there, I reckon there's Vikings buried under it. She had a dream, premonition, and they dug it up and found Sutton Hoo treasure underneath it. Sutton Hoo
God.
ship and that, all that stuff. That I think that's right. It was from an old lady's dream.
Oh my God.
Springs to mind.
Amazing.
It springs to mind now, that. Yeah. So, Michael, where I live, a Viking settlement, I am not usually emotional, but animals always get to me emotionally. Every time I have an understanding with animals. Yep. Same here, buddy.
Yeah.
Right. Leslie.
Yes.
Peter, it's that time of day.
It's time. Yeah. Well, we were a little bit late, weren't we? That's due to me. So apologies for that. So we've run over a little bit later as well. But yeah, so we hope you've enjoyed our little chat. You can go on about this subject for ages, really, can't you? Because there's just loads. When
one thing leads into another.
You know,
it's magnificent, folklore. One of my favourite subjects, definitely.
And things we see today, what ain't folklore, might become folklore in 300, 400 years' time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Hansel and Gretel.
So we're going to round it up there. Thanks everyone in chat.
Just for comedic effect, there is a folklore going around apparently, a party in 10 Downing Street. I'll just leave it there, so we'll carry on.
Oh yeah, they'll talk about that for the next 1,000 years. That one.
Yeah, that's going to be a pinnacle, that, isn't it?
Sorry guys, it's
all right. It's up there, it really is.
Right, so we're going to get off then, everyone, and thanks everybody for coming on and joining in. And thanks to Phil, Peter and Gary. Bye from myself, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Take
Bye, everyone.
care.
Bye and blessings.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.